powerful mantra, my gift to you. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, yeah. And I love making 10 grand a day. Welcome to the SHAFT Show. This is a beautiful platform where I share my wisdom around tantric mythologies and breaking down those esoteric practices so you could live a healthier, wealthier, sexier, sober life. The mission of the SHAFT Show is if I could change one person's inner monologue from I hate myself to I love myself, then I get to save one person's life. There is an epidemic in the world, and that is suicide. We are literally killing ourselves due to dissatisfaction, increased loneliness, and more separation than ever before, even though these devices are meant to make us more connected. Tantra is an original way to get you connected to yourself and each other. So join me in real life and online, where we bring people together to help us build a stronger, sexier, sober, healthier, wealthier community. If you like what you see, make sure you smash up that like, share this, but most of all, subscribe. It shows on my analytics that there's a lot of people tuning in, but not a lot of subscribers. So please do hit that subscribe, that little red button, and make me very, very happy so I can keep on making content like this. Today's episode is sponsored by the SHAFT method, one of the most powerful techniques in personal development. If life is a simulation, if we are in a simulation, it's a computer game. That computer game needs cheat codes. There's different levels. I developed an online course, a library of beautiful courses where you could work your way through it so you could understand the simulation we're in and then become a master of it. Also, in this episode, London Nootropics. I'm drinking their coffee. If you're an entrepreneur and want to be healthier, wealthier, sexy, and sober, and don't want to be getting the jitteriness of coffee, this is your thing. There'll be a link below. So today's episode is, let's talk about Tantra, because there's so many secrets that people aren't telling you. So many people think Tantra is all about sex. Now, I want to know, why do you think that misconception exists? I want to know, have you encountered the belief that Tantra is solely focused on sexual practices? Why is that? Sex sells. Yes, it does. It hooks you in with the sex. If you find the right Tantra teacher, not only will they be selling you sex, they'll be selling you how to awaken your body through sex. I do apologize. I got a bit of a runny nose because I'm in London and I get hay fever here. So I want to share with you that how modern day media has distorted Tantra. Tantra is the original biohacking. I say this over and over again. If you want to find the quickest path to self-realization, it's through a very structured and disciplined practice called Tantra. It's part of a whole technology to help liberate you from the shackles you've been placed under in the country, the community, the construct where you were born and raised. So you are not you. You are someone that's been created by the media, by your parents, by the community you live, but most of all, your religious belief systems. Do you believe that? Is that something that you could relate to? And the media has distorted your view of understanding Tantra. So whenever anyone says Tantra, it means orgy. It means sex. Before I discovered what Tantra was, I also thought Tantra was just sex, but it's not. It's way more than that. It's a whole ecosystem of of practices, of sadhanas, of meditations, of rituals and ceremony that you do over and over and over again, and give up all of that energy to the divine. And this helps you work through your limited beliefs around who you are, the capacity that you could serve humanity, but also activating your life force energy. Every culture has this. Taoism, martial arts, they call it qi. I just had acupuncture done. I've got 3 herniated discs, 2 in the neck, 1 in the lower back. I'm learning a lot from it. And the guy was putting needles in my arms. He said, and it's very painful. It wasn't painful in a lot of places, but he said, no qi, no qi. That is what us tantrikas call sexual energy, life force energy. In Star Wars, they call it the force. It's in everything. Dr. Joe Dispenza calls it creative energy. So this exists everywhere. I must say, this coffee is amazing. It's not even coffee. This is a adaptogenic coffee with ashwagandha and lathin. So if you're an entrepreneur and you need something to keep you going and make you more alert and more productive, get yourself some of these London nootropics coffee. So the beautiful thing about Tantra is it's accessible for everyone. It's been around since the written word Sanskrit, and this is something that is in many religions. There's certain technologies in all religions. In Hinduism, they have Tantra, they have yoga, they have mantra, they have yantra. They have all of these things to help you have a healthier, happier life. It's just to activate your body. And it got some really great stories. It's not so bad. It's like, here's some things that work. All these sound, these vibrations, these movements help you open up, relax more, and become a little bit happier. That's all it is. It's not like, it's not bad. It's great. It's fun. Not a problem. And if you do these enough, you'll reach enlightenment, which means you'll be in ecstasy, you'll be in bliss, you'll be less mental and more grounded. And if you do them, they actually work. For 7 years of my adult life, I studied, taught, and embodied Tantra. I live a very tantric life where I do these mindful masturbation practices that keep me happy, healthy, and wealthy. I am in London. Haven't been here for a long time. And I've just adjusted to this. So yes, I am still happy, healthy, wealthy, and sexy. I'm just going through a process right now. So the beautiful thing about Tantra is it is in everything. It's also in technologies like this. Is identical, is in Islam. Yes, it's in Muslim cultures. I was in a taxi after a Tantra festival in Amsterdam. The guy was a Muslim taxi driver. He's listened to our conversations and we were talking about yoga nidra. And then the taxi driver was saying, hey, my granddad taught me this. We called it this, and it's the same practice. In Mind Valley, they call it astral projection and lucid dreaming. So there you have it. Tantra is in Tibetan Buddhism as well. It's not about sex. There are lots of sexual images in Tibetan Buddhism, by the way. And this is something that is showing the unification of the Shiva Shakti energy, the balancing of the head-heart coherence, the balancing of the left brain and right brain. That's all it is. We're seeing things in a different lens. All it is modern day science interpreting old school technology that has been around forever. And it's like we're going around in bloody circles. And the power of Tantra is something that you all need to understand how it could affect and change your life radically. So what is the truth behind these myths? Now, what is the real essence of Tantra beyond the sexual aspect? Did you know that Tantra includes meditations and mindfulness practices? Did you know mindfulness actually came from Tantra? Have you explored the historical and cultural context of Tantra that highlights its spiritual journey? So Tantra and a lot of the famous gurus in Tantra came from my country, Bangladesh. It's beautiful. Now, There's so much beautiful literature written around the Tantric texts. The Radiant Sutras, the story of Shiva and Shakti asking him beautiful questions on how to find peace, how to find love. And he tells her 112 meditations for self-realizations. So that's what actually Tantra is. I want to share with you some insights on Tantra. So there's a lot of experts out there. I'm one of them. I'm a firm believer of this practice. And I want to know, what is the insights you've gained from these tantric practices about the deeper spiritual aspects, like beyond the sexual aspects? Like, what are the spiritual awakenings you've had through Tantra? And how do you think Tantra can improve mental clarity and emotional stability? Now, the tantric practices, I've reinterpreted them. One of the practices we could do together, I carry this around with me. My mum has one, the Pope has one, Jews have one, Hindus have one, my sister who's a Buddhist, she has one. Everyone's got one. And spiritual people have them as decorations. They don't know what this is because they're spiritual idiots. But some people do know what this is, and some people do use it. We're going to do a meditation. You're going to do this meditation with me. I want to get you to embody my practice, which is I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, and I love making 10 grand a day. Now, what we're going to do is you're going to repeat with me, not after me. So we do this together. And I want you to know, analyze the data in your body, how you feel now to how you feel afterwards. We're going to do this 108 times. You're going to do it with me. So we do it together. If you're on the tube or on the underground, just might, do it internally through the head. So here we go. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, and I love making 10 grand a day. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, and I love making 10 grand a day. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, and I love making 10 grand a day. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, and I love making 10 grand a day. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, and I love making 10 grand a day. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, I love making 10 grand a day. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, and I love making 10 grand a day. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, and I love making 10 grand a day. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, and I love making 10 grand a day. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, and I love making 10 grand a day. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, and I love making 10 grand a day. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, and I love making 10 grand a day. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, and I love making 10 grand a day. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, and I love making 10 grand a day. We're halfway through. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, and I love making 10 grand a day. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, I love making 10 grand a day. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, I love making 10 grand a day. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, I love making 10 grand a day. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, and I love making 10 grand a day. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, I love making 10 grand a day. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, and I love making 10 grand a day. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, and I love making 10 grand a day. The home run. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, and I love making 10 grand a day. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, and I love making 10 grand a day. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, and I love making 10 grand a day. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, and I love making 10 grand a day. I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, and I love making 10 grand a day. Close your eyes, feel into your body. Analyze the data in your body. How do you feel now? Do you feel more alive now than you did a second ago? If you do, say, oh yeah. So that is Tantra. We repeated a mantra that has a universal energy behind it. It's in the collective consciousness. There's a whole self-love movement. There's a whole entrepreneurial movement where making 10 grand a day is a thing. You're praying. You're doing this sadhana, this spiritual practice to connect you and focus you to something better than I hate my life, I hate my body, I hate myself, why am I broke? So you just did Tantra. I want you to understand that was Tantra. Positive affirmations come from Tantra. So this is what I'm teaching. I'm teaching something that is from the core of personal development, the foundations of the oldest spiritual practice ever created in the written language. And I studied it from the best. And you are getting a lot of transmissions from this for free. I am here to serve and support you. But I could only get you to a certain point here for free. You need to get yourself a mentor. There's only so much you can do until you get stuck. This is why we hire coaches. This is why we have people like me shouting at you to do things better, because we just don't know what we don't know. There's people who are experts who are just a little bit further ahead than you, who dedicated a decade of their life studying and understanding these esoteric practices of personal development and helping people overcome sexual trauma. Now, what did I learn from 10 years of massaging women's vaginas? Doing an ancient tantric practice called yoni dhyamring, which is now known as somatic awakening, somatic bodywork. And I'm going to share with you some of the things some of the secrets that I learned from doing these esoteric practices. That was one of them. Something in fact, if there's any tantric practitioners, any wannabe tantric practitioners, anybody in the audience, what insights have you gained personally from tantric practices about from giving sessions? I'd love to know, like, who is the audience I'm talking to in the SHAFT show? Are there any scientific studies or evidences that support the practices that you've been doing? I'd love to know. Have you come across any research that supports the benefits of meditation and breath work and yoni massage and yoni dhyamring and lingam awakening? I'd love to know. What positive changes have you experienced or heard about from tantric practices? Put it in the comments. Writing, journaling really helps you solidify ether, ideas, and bring it more into a focused Shiva understanding of razor sharp awareness. Before I share with you the biggest secrets around Tantra that nobody's telling you, I want to know what actionable steps can you take today to explore Tantra responsibly. That's what I want to know. If someone is interested in exploring Tantra, what steps should you take to begin? Obviously, working with me is one of them. Are you ready to start a basic tantric practice like mindfulness, meditation, breath work? And how important do you think it is to seek guidance from a mentor? That's what I want to know. These are things that you could write in the comments. Let's make it interactive. Let's make it engaging. Hopefully we'll start a conversation about this in the chats so we could all connect around a beautiful, powerful tool such as Tantra. So Tantra is not just about sex. It's a profound spiritual journey that can lead to great self-awareness, inner peace, and personal transformation. The biggest secrets I learned through this is you can retire for 7 years of your adult life, halfway through your life, and money will pour into your life doing specific tantric rituals. Everything you do in Tantra makes you healthier, wealthier, sexier, and sober and younger. I call it sacred hedonism. There are two things our body and brains are trying to do: avoid pain, enjoy pleasure. I am a hedonist. I am a sacred hedonist. I have just been searching for the best parties all around the world. And the best party you could ever have is the one here. Fulfillment. This is what Tantra gives you. It guides you through the great universe that is life. It allows you to connect with like-minded people. If I exist, 10 more people like me must exist. and I always find them everywhere I go. It allows you, the biggest secret is for you, it gives you the tools on how to find your purpose, how to enrich a loving relationship with one partner or multiple partners. It allows you to let go of judgment. So you no longer judge yourself. You know that you are more than enough, and it makes you into a transformational rock star. Life is amazing when you start to understand the secrets of the universe and you start playing with it. It's no longer life is against me. It's more like life is with me and life is happening for me, and I'm in it for the ride. You go into the flow state every day. You become a walking deity. People love you because your energy is glowing from the inside out, because you're doing these very specific mindful masturbation practices, these meditations that is allowing you to regulate your nervous system. It's allowing you to make love in a really long, pleasurable, powerful, present way. You awaken your body so you can move and flow with power and grace, and move in ways that most humans have never seen. You are able to do things you never thought was possible. I'm dyslexic. I wrote a book. I'm flat-footed. I'm a dancer. I have genital mutilation. I was a tantric gigolo. I got 3 herniated discs. I'm getting jacked as fuck. So all of these things allow you to become healthier, wealthier, sexier, and sober. And this is just some of the benefits of Tantra. So for more secrets and truths about Tantra, make sure you like and subscribe. You've been listening to The SHAFT Show. Remember, the star of the show is you. And repeat after me. I love my life. I love my body. I love myself. And I love making 10 grand a day. So let's change the world with one positive thought at a time. Make sure you stay healthy, wealthy, sexy, and sober. And a big thank you to our sponsors, London Nootropic, Zen flavor. There's multiple flavors. Check it out on links below. And a big thank you to the huge array of tantric technologies from the SHAFT method. Click on tantrashaft.com for the ultimate guide to personal development. And let's build the SHAFT Show community online and in real life. And let's all become healthier, wealthier, sexier, and sober. So I will see you in the next episode, which is tomorrow.